Okay, so this is kind of part two of our Brahma Vihara. Remember the Brahma Vihara? This is Reverend Sean over the Center Path. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe and like and all that jazz. But I want to go over how to bring Buddhism home to you and how to make it more applicable. We talked last time about the Brahma Viharas, the four Brahma Viharas, which are the loving kindness, the compassion, the sympathetic joy, and equanimity. So now here's kind of a way that I teach it as I taught it today. I was at the psychiatric hospital I work at, and I teach meditation as an activity therapy. And we go through with the group, and we want to like develop things like self-love and compassion for ourselves, and also sympathetic joy for ourselves, and also equanimity. And what do those things really mean? So with loving kindness is very simple. We loving kindness is we want to wish that kindness upon each other and show that we can be kind because we can understand others' plight. That's compassion. Compassion, we feel for them and we can do something. Well, we can't really do something for them, but we can at least wish goodness for them. And then if something good happens for them, we can be happy about that, even if it takes from us in some way. That's called sympathetic joy. And then as we can see that we're all the same, that's equanimity. So as we see those, at least in this aspect of things, when I'm at the hospital, we have people who are very upset with themselves in many different ways. And one of the things we're trying to do is get them to step away from their minds and step away from that really critical and mean extra voices in our head. And not to say that they're like other voices, but they're our own voices, our internal monologues and dialogues and trilogues and all these kind of crazy things that are going on in there. And which we all, I think, have. We all have a chance where we say like, ooh, that was dumb, I'm so stupid, I'm not a great person, yada, yada, yada. And in this meditation, I added in the metta bhavana, which is, may I be free from suffering, may I be free from worry, may I be free from illness and affliction, may I find it easy to get through my day, may I find what I'm looking for, may I be happy and calm. Likewise, may my friends, noble ones, non-noble ones, and those above and below me be ever happy. May all beings be happy and without suffering, etc. So we go through that entire thing, but we added in the beginning, imagine someone that you've known that received this, right, and felt really good about it, or they shared something in one of their other groups and you really got something out of it, or you found it inspiring, and they got a win, and they actually got to go home early because of it, because one of the things people don't want to do in a psychiatric hospital is stay longer than they have to. But some people are there on a 3 day or 4 or 5 days, whatever it is, to get really stable and to feel calm and to get better. And the idea is we're trying to like instill a sense of calm and the availability that they can in fact meditate. They can, in fact, become mindful. And it's safe. Okay, and it's an easy, safe way to do it. Now, people that are way, way, way manic or way, way, way depressed and really in upheaval, we don't usually see them anyway. But we want to like get them to just one, concentrate on the breath, right? So we have them see first. I have them concentrate on the breathing, right? Notice the breathing coming and going, the different parts of breathing, the inhale, the pause at the top, the exhale, the release, that pause at the bottom where there's nothing going on, and then back to the inhales, always through the nose. And one of the things we want to do with that is to get ourselves used to seeing the breath and being not attached to the breath and watching it occur rather than forcing it or following it. Then we talk about our mind, and we do the same thing with our thoughts. Our thoughts arise like clouds. They change just like clouds, and they pass away just like clouds, and they split and they disappear. If you've ever laid down on the ground, which I suggest for everybody, lay down on the ground and watch the clouds for about 5 minutes, and you'll see that they change and they twist and they turn and they become each other, and they do all kinds of things. That's if we can appreciate our minds and our thoughts like that, then we can start to let go of them and not be so attached to them, because we can't be attached to the shape of the cloud. We can't be attached to the speed of the cloud. Any of that kind of stuff, we have no control over those. Not that we don't have control, but we're getting familiar right now. Then we go into loving kindness and sympathetic joy. Sympathetic joy, I start with, let's get an idea of someone we're happy for. Really feel what that's like. And to be happy for other people who are doing well, and whatever that may be. You think of other people. If you see a hummingbird come in and get some nectar from a flower, how happy you are that that flower was there and that hummingbird was there, and they got to enjoy and live on their life with a little bit less suffering. Then we can go into loving kindness, right? And through that, we can wish them no suffering and no worry, etc., and living in the next moment with less concern and more happiness. And that leads us to compassion because we develop our empathy for ourselves and our empathy for others. Empathy meaning, like, I understand how they feel. When you walk around and you see a rabbit will first try to run, right? And then it will freeze to so you can't see it. And as it tries to run away again, and then it'll freeze. And sometimes it'll fight back, and eventually it'll faint. So that's the whole sympathetic nervous system, which we're bringing into this whole shebang, right? Meditation and the nervous system work together, right? We can get them to work together, and we can start to have some influence and control, not just understanding, but control. And then as we have that empathy and we understand, we develop compassion. Compassion is feeling with someone, right? I really feel that. I understand that. You have compassion for them. Now we can act and do something to make the world a better part. Then we can develop actually wisdom, right? And understand and see that we're all suffering the same way, that we all have troubles. And that way it reduces our upset on other people who are having troubles and had a bad day and cut us off. And we didn't realize that they had a lot of bad food and their stomach is grumbling and they might not get to the bathroom. So they're trying to drive too fast. Or they got a phone call that their kids are injured or something like that. And they're not thinking about anything else in the world but get to where their kid is. Okay, we can appreciate that. We understand how that feels. We may not even have kids, but we understand how it feels. And that's what I want to instill in this part of the channel. And I'm going to be working on some guided meditations for people. It's harder for me to do those. I need a lot of time and I need a lot of space, and I have my own little setup, but I work a lot. So I have a lot of things going on, but I'm trying to make sure that we have Buddhism at home, or Buddhism for the battlefield, right? We need to be able to use it in daily life. This thinking that we need to get to enlightenment and to nirvana and moksha and all this kind of stuff, that's fine, but let's practice today, right now. So try and do one thing today. And if it's go find a meditation recording, or read it so you start to get it yourself or repeat it to yourself, and start to make that one of your things to do. Okay, just to think about how others feel, how others think. If we develop empathy, we know that empathy in children improves their outcomes and their emotional intelligence. Right? It makes them better people, makes us better people. We start caring about others, not caring so much that it hurts, and not caring so much that it's detrimental to us, because that can happen. Then you get upset about everything, and you go and you protest for no reason. You don't even know what you're there for. But the idea is to get to your point and use these processes, right? The Four Noble Truths, the Eightfold Path, the Five Fetters, the all these different attributes, and the four Brahma Viharas. So let me know how you're doing. If you have any requests, put them down below, like over here somewhere. And don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget to let me know how you're doing. And I want to develop this as a community, right? So we're going to practice this on an everyday, our own basis. All right? Take good care. We'll see you later.